Hey everyone, I'm Micah Coverstone, host of the Top 5 Talk podcast, and I just want to let you know before this episode that the sound quality of this episode is going to be pretty bad, probably. When we went in after recording this episode and checked out the audio recording, it turned out to be a corrupted file, which means we couldn't use it, so we're having to use the sound off of the cameras and phones that we filmed this episode with, and so there's going to be a lot of background noise. We also had some backstage people in the studio that night, and so you're probably going to hear a little bit of chitter chatter from them in the background, so we do apologize for that, but this next time hopefully we won't have to worry about a corrupted audio file. So I hope you enjoy this episode where we discuss top 5 candy bars. Hey everyone, welcome to Top 5 Talk, the podcast where we discuss our top 5s in a variety of subjects. And so today I've got Mr. Landon Basham with me and Cameron Scott, and we're going to be discussing our top 5 favorite chocolate candy bars. And so I hope you'll enjoy what we have to talk about. Me and Basham here, Landon, are well known to disagree on a lot of things. So my hope is that it gets a little heated and that it's enjoyable for that reason. So, going with top 5 candy bars, we're going to start with number 5. Okay, so I'll go ahead and let Landon tell us his number 5 favorite candy bar. Go ahead, Landon. What is it?
My number 5, I have Snickers.
Snickers. Tell us why.
Man, I think it's overrated. I really do.
Then what's in your top 5?
Because it's still good,
okay,
but I don't think it deserves the number 1 spot.
Okay, that's fair.
I think it's just, I don't know, man. It's just my personal opinion. I wouldn't put it in my top 3.
Okay, what makes you put it in your top 5 though? What makes it? Is it
because it does have,
okay,
you know, the peanuts, the caramel, you know, the chocolate.
Okay, so I mean, I'm not opposed to Snickers, but they're definitely not top 5. They're probably not even top 10 on mine. Probably not. No.
Why not?
Because they're not that good. They're overrated, like you said. I don't think Snickers are. They're not a top 10 candy bar. But I respect that you put them at 5. I'm not surprised that's like the same thing as like somebody saying that like, I don't know, Pepsi's top 5. Like sure, it's, you know, it's all right.
I wouldn't.
But it's not great. But some people might, you know, because it's so famous.
I wouldn't put Pepsi in my top 5.
But no, okay. So Snickers.
Snickers. Dude, hit us with yours.
My number 5. So I had a little bit of trouble. So if you've been on my TikTok, you know I already made one of these. But I kind of questioned my original TikTok and whether or not I actually felt like it was right. Okay, so for my top 5, there's one I really wanted to put in at number 5 that I didn't get to put in. It's I would have put Twix in there, but I couldn't do that. Twix probably falls in at my number 6. My number 5 favorite candy bar of all time is Milky Way Midnight.
Dude, get out of here.
Not Milky Way. Milky Way Midnight. Milky Way in and of itself is not good. But if you've ever had the glorious goodness of Milky Way Midnight, you know that is a wonderful, beautiful candy bar and it deserves your taste.
Anything dark chocolate is absolutely disgusting.
It's midnight. It's not dark chocolate.
It's an abomination.
It's midnight.
Like, yeah, it's good if you want to like be happy because it like releases endorphins or whatever Miss Flowers told us.
But it does. I don't know.
Dude, look it up.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is dark chocolate.
I don't know that it's actually dark chocolate though. It's just like a darker chocolate than normal.
It's 1,000% dark chocolate.
Prove it. I don't know that it's not. I don't know. It's midnight.
What do you mean?
I don't know that it's actually dark. I mean, it might be. But in most of the dark chocolate that I eat, which I eat a lot of dark chocolate, it's not the same kind of. It doesn't taste like dark chocolate the same way.
No, dude. I probably had about 5 midnight Milky Ways in my life, and they were probably all on accident.
Okay. What do you mean?
Like, you know how like. Okay, let's take Easter candy for example.
Mm-hmm.
You know how like you'll get like the little bundles of like just little chocolate squares.
Yeah. Dude, that's exactly what my first time having a Milky Way Midnight was a little square.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. That's
and I was hooked. It was at Sunday school in Terre Haute.
Terre Haute, Indiana. Hey, did you know? Fun fact: Micah's grandpa invented the red, white, and blue basketball.
He actually did. I didn't think Landon would bring that back up. My dad's dad invented the red, white, blue basketball. We've got the patent papers in my dad's office.
Yep, fun fact.
You won't find that online, but it's true. I'll bring it out on one episode. We'll talk about our top 5 favorite basketball players, and I'll bring that paper out on that episode. Remind me.
So
anyway, okay. So Milky Way Midnight. Yep. You said
Snickers.
Okay.
Yep. Honestly, that was probably just I couldn't think of something.
I guess I could say that Snickers. I don't know. I don't think Snickers are top 10.
It shouldn't probably be in my top 5 really.
But if you eat it a lot, I mean, there's no reason to put it. I mean, there's a reason to put it up there. Because like that's part of the reason too. I'd put Milky Way Midnight above Twix because I was almost thinking about putting Twix up there, but I don't eat Twix enough to justify putting it in my top 5.
Dude,
So
the Snickers ice cream bars.
I haven't had one.
I think that helps.
Okay.
I think that
I'll
helps
have
it
to try
spot
that.
my top 5.
I'll try that. All right, so number 4. What you got, Landon? Number 4 favorite.
Kit Kat. 1000%.
I respect that. Kit Kat should be in everybody's top 5
Dude.
easily.
And if you eat them and you don't break them apart, you're a psycho.
Who does that?
Dude, psychos.
I do.
No, you don't.
Well, I don't always break them
You
into
know what
single
else
individual
they
ones, but
open the Kit Kat
I'll
part?
break them into.
Do you like
Instead of breaking it apart.
I'll
like
break them.
if you don't break the
into-
Kit Kat before you eat it, you're
I mean, I break them in like if you got the 4, I
right.
break them into 2, and then I eat the 2.
No, that's
one.
still wrong.
I don't.
That's
What
still wrong.
or
But if you leave all 4
If you
together,
open
you
it and
just
out of the fork.
break
Take a
them
big
before I
bite out of all of it together. People that do that.
Okay.
It's like they're
you know.
Yeah, that's
it's-
a-
I break them before I open the package.
those are the
Yes.
type of people.
So,
Yeah.
quick thing for you guys watching. We've got 3. We don't normally have this. We've got 3 behind the scenes crew today. We'll try and snap a picture or video and toss them in there at the end. All of our ladies are here, which actually Cameron's lady is his sister, and she's here. Ariel's lady, and they're back there. So if you hear extra noise on the podcast, it's them because they're cracking up at our talking with each other.
If you hear a
They
snort,
find it hilarious.
it's great.
And also, I'll add that part of the reason that Cameron doesn't have a microphone is because last time when we used that microphone with him, we had some issues with it, but we didn't have enough time to really sort out those issues for this episode. So if Cameron really desperately wants to talk, I'm just going to slide the microphone over to him that way, and we'll work it out like that. So anyway, all right, sorry, didn't mean to go with the diversion
Can I
there,
talk?
but you said you want to talk?
Yes.
Do you have something to say about top 5?
Yes.
Chocolate bars? Okay.
Oh man. Milky Way is the last candy you find in the bottom of the Halloween bag. You just don't eat it. That's all I gotta say.
Okay, that was number 5. We're on number 4 now. We're talking about Kit Kats. Bro, I appreciate you.
I just had to say it.
Okay,
You didn't give me a
I
mic.
respect that. You're talking about the little square ones?
Dude, just Milky Way in general.
Okay. That's fair.
Milky Way's not.
But it's not. 'Cause regular Milky Way is not good. Milky Way Midnight's good.
Listen,
Okay.
we're on Kit Kats. All right.
So Kit Kats, so I agree with you. Kit Kats should be in top 5. They're a solid candy bar. And that's all I can really say about it.
No,
They're
hey,
good candy bar.
hey,
They're good candy bar.
They're just
Yeah.
good.
They are good.
The
I mean,
crispiness, you know.
Regardless of how you eat it, there's a reason
Nah.
there's a reason everybody can have their preference about how they eat it. As long as they
Bro.
think it's top 5, I'm good
Okay,
with whatever
when
they
you
do.
eat a Pop-Tart, do you rip it in half or do you just go straight
Who in
in?
the
You go
world
straight in.
rips it in half?
You rip it in
I'll
half.
rip the Pop-Tart
I
in
do
half.
too.
1000%.
Wait, what do you mean, like the
Why
Like,
would you
okay,
always
so you
do
you have the Pop-Tart in your hand.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I was misunderstanding. But I don't do that anyway.
So you just eat it from the top.
You can go around
I can't
eat,
stand
eat the
you.
crust
You're the
first.
worst.
Eat the crust first, or what? Why would you rip it in half? The crust around the pop. You talking about Pop Tarts, right?
Yes.
We do top 5 Pop Tart flavors one day. The crust. Do you eat the crust first? Do you put them in the toaster? Any of them?
I have.
The blueberry strawberry ones, put them in the toaster. They're great.
Yeah.
Chocolate ones, I've never put any of them in the
No,
toaster. I don't feel like they
no.
ought to be in there. I think maybe like 1 or 2 I've had. And they're like
I
cookies
agree.
and cream.
I
But anyway,
agree.
okay. So Kit Kats, we agree on that.
Yep.
Cool. That's a good at number 4. My number 4 is going to be just the regular Hershey's milk chocolate. It's a great candy bar. It's like the golden standard of candy bars. I know Kit Kat might be the more popular one, but Hershey's has held the standard down for ages. And so for me personally, I'm going to say Hershey's, just regular milk chocolate candy bar is one of the best. It's number 4, easily.
Overrated.
And some might say it is. That's why it's not higher on my list. It's definitely not top 3 in my opinion. But, I mean, it's good enough to be up there. It's definitely better than Milky Way
Dude,
Midnight.
I'm about to make a lot of enemies with my number 3.
Okay, let's hear your number 3.
1000%. Well, I didn't want to rush it.
Okay, well, actually, does Cameron have any thoughts on any of these?
Kit Kat should not be on the top 5 list.
What?
I used to eat them all the time. I'm just tired of them.
That's the only reason.
It
That's
is
a biased opinion.
Oh, man.
I ate them so much.
I'm so sick of them now. I mean, there's times in my life where I'm over drinking Mountain Dew for a while, but I go back eventually.
Always.
You know what I mean? Or Dr. Pepper, or any kind of food. Like, I get sick and tired of maybe eating Mexican all the time, but then, like, eventually I go back. It's just, everybody goes in phases. So
Yeah,
you're just in a
1000%.
phase right now.
1000%. Dude, I think I'm gonna make some enemies with
Okay,
my
let's hear number
3
3.
and 2.
Oh, man, let's hear number 3.
All right, for the number 3 spot, bro, Mr. Good Bars.
You just made an enemy.
No,
Right?
no. First of all,
Those are
a
not good.
Mr. Goodbar is 1,000% in every way, shape, and form better than the regular Hershey's candy.
I was just about to say, how are you going to say it's better than the regular Hershey's bar? I don't care that its name is
How is it
Mr.
not?
Good Bar.
Bro.
It's not good.
Bro, you got peanuts in it.
Exactly, that's the problem.
That's so good.
That's the problem.
It's so good.
You know there are kids out there that would die
Mr.
if they
If
ate.
they
They're
ate
the
because they're
yellow
allergic
one,
to
right?
peanuts,
Yeah.
don't eat it.
Good, yeah.
Turkey.
I'm not allergic to peanuts.
Yeah, that's
I
good
think
for
I
you.
like the chocolate mix.
Are you?
Still tastes
Are you-
awful. No, I'm allergic to the thought of peanuts. Because, I mean, peanuts aren't bad in and of themselves, but on inside a candy bar, I don't want to crunch on something that should not be there.
Buddy,
When
don't you love Crunch Bars?
But yes, but it's not the same thing.
Yeah, one time.
They're crunchy. A Mr. Goodbar has a peanut inside of it. That's
What
not.
does Crunch have in it? It's got to have something.
It's crunchy, but it's not. It's not a giant peanut.
It's not giant peanuts. They're little.
I mean,
peanuts.
still, but the concept, the whole point is having things
Bro.
inside.
Bitty ones in there, yeah.
Whatever.
Like
go.
that. There's
never
say your
expression.
number 3. I'm tired of being
Okay.
hated on.
Is there one?
Say your number
Every
3.
conversation me and Layla have ever had, we
1000%.
just disagree on everything.
Absolutely.
So anyway, sorry about that. Look, continue. Why else do you like Mr. Goodbar?
Bro, I would just rather. Okay, all right. I'm probably about to get some haters for this too. Crunchy peanut butter. Hear me out.
What is that?
That's
Hear me out.
uh,
Hear me out. Crunchy peanut butter. It's not bad, man.
I don't
And
know
honestly,
about
I've never had crunchy peanut butter and be like, wow, this is like weird. I feel like peanuts are good. Like honey roasted peanuts are some of my favorite snacks in the world. So peanut inside of a chocolate bar. What's wrong with that?
a lot of things, but I'll respect you for it because it's your opinion.
Thanks, man.
Mr. Goodbar. You did make some enemies.
1,000.
When we put this on the Instagram, do you follow the Instagram page?
Of course I did.
When we put it on there, and every time after every episode, I'm like, who had the best list? And I put my list back.
You're winning.
And that first episode, I know the reason my list didn't get as many votes is because I had Arby's on there. Like, I had me and him had at least 3 of the same ones on the list. And hers got more votes because I put Arby's on mine. I know that's at least part of the reason. I'm sure there were other things, like maybe the order of it that affected it, but I know it's because of Arby's.
Actually-
and because of Mr. Goodbar,
Actually, listen.
you're not going to have a lot of good votes.
No. See, I can't even hate on you that much for the Arby's thing because Grayson knows I went on a big kick. I was eating Arby's like almost every day
Oh, yeah.
and
I
getting
love
like
Arby's.
a bit. They have such good milkshakes.
Honestly, yes, they do.
Top 5 milkshakes.
Yes, I should have brought that up.
Oh,
Great milkshakes.
dude, they do. And but I wouldn't get like roast beef or anything. I'd get the chicken.
Yeah, the
bacon,
chicken stuff's good. Like
the
they're
chicken bacon
Swiss.
Swiss.
Yes, that's.
Yes.
See, we found something we haven't covered.
Curly fries.
Yes, they're.
Big old chocolate shake.
Yeah.
So
no,
good.
it's-
And they put the
100%.
syrup in.
Yeah. If we do top 5 milkshakes, Mike at Coverstone's great milkshakes going on there. Ain't at number 1.
What?
I can make great
Wow.
milkshakes.
Great milkshakes.
I make great milkshakes, and it
Are
does
you
not. They're great. They're
Don't
not as
let
bad
them-
as they
Don't
sound.
let them tell you they're anything other than
You think-
disgusting.
No, you know they're. Hammond knows they're good.
It's an Arby's milkshake.
Oh, let's
Arby's milkshakes are good because they're thick. Like
Yeah.
they're really thick, and so it's almost like a malt.
And there's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of. It's rich.
All right.
Very rich.
Cool. So Mr. Goodbar's is number 3. My number 3 is going to have to go to
like a
the
chocolate
infamous,
commercial and stuff.
Awesome.
That little wand and stuff. It's rich.
Amazing.
Shut up!
my number 3 is going to have to go to the Crunch Bar. One of
Bro.
the best. I honestly almost thought about inching it in number 2.
Here we go.
Or top 2 and taking my oh man, it's so good. I don't care what anybody says. I was called old and decrepit for eating Crunch Bar. I don't care what anybody says. Crunch Bar
It's
is
a
one of the
word in
best
the dictionary.
candy bars on the market. They're
Buddy.
thin. I get that.
Buddy.
They are so good.
Buddy, it's not good. I mean, like, it's alright, but is it top 5 candy bar?
Easily.
You're definitely finding Crunch
Easily.
bars.
He
Crunch,
thinks so.
Crunch bars are left on the shelves, bro. Like, they're not even getting bought for Halloween.
What do you mean? I buy them. Not for Halloween, but you know.
That's
So your point might stand.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no one's like, oh my gosh, can't wait to get a Crunch bar in my
Well, I
Halloween
am. I love-
bag. You know what I'm saying?
I love Crunch bars, and here this guy is too. Tell us.
I like it.
All right.
That's all we need to hear. He likes them. Are they in your top 5?
Of course.
How high up?
Top 1.
Okay. So
He's my number 1.
Whoa, look
Shot.
at that. I'm not putting it that high.
And by the way, you said no one's like that. I'm always like that. I'm the guy that says, yes, I can't wait to get a Crunch Bar. And everyone's like,
Yeah, you probably like apples. And
I'll tell you what's not good though. I will tell you what's not good about Crunch. Like a Crunch Bar in and of itself is good. If you ever get like one of the jumbo crunches, I don't like it because it's too thick. And Crunch Bar to me has to be a very thin candy bar. I'm not sure why. But what kind of like, I don't know. You know what doesn't get bought off the shelves? Mr. Beast bars. You know, people come in there and they just break them and put them back on the shelf.
Bro, I haven't even tried one.
Okay, so let me tell you something about Mr. Beast bar. I'll almost put one of them in my top 5. Okay, there's like 5 or 6 flavors. Every one of them are awful, except for original chocolate. Original chocolate is good. And Hannah will tell you, every time we go to Walmart, I'll walk over to it, to the little box, I'll look for one that's not broken, pull it out, and buy it, and then eat it on the way home. Because that's how good original chocolate Mr. Beast bar is, but I haven't been eating it as long as the other ones, so I didn't put it up there. But I eat one like every time I go to Walmart. The other ones are awful. But if you ever go to the section at any Walmart you're at, and they're just flimsy candy bars, but it literally looks like, at every display at every Walmart I've ever been in, it looks like somebody just went up there, pulled it off the shelf, snapped all the bars, and put them back on, because every one of them is broken every single time. He actually tweeted about it one time, and he said, hey guys, if you can help me out and tidy up the Mr. Beast bar like areas at the Walmarts, because people are like messing with them and stuff. It's like, no dude, you made an extremely flimsy candy bar, and when people put them on the shelves to stock them, they break. So I won't get them if they're broken. Like, I'll grab one off the shelf that's not broke, and then I'll like handle it very carefully. But Mr. Beast bars are pretty good. But they almost kind of remind me. The original chocolate is the only one I like. All the other ones are awful. But the flimsiness of them kind of reminds me of a Crunch Bar. Like, I think Crunch Bar should be a thin bar. And let me tell you something else. I know Kit Kat has it, but Crunch also has their name on the candy bar when you eat it.
it's definitely a bonus.
It's like,
Dude,
it's
they
like
had
extra.
to do that because they know that they need the extra advertisement because of how bad it is.
Whoa.
So Kit Kat must be bad too. Doesn't some Hershey's have?
All Hershey's.
All Hershey's have them, yes.
Yeah, bro. I feel like after I eat like a regular,
But
Hershey's
think
bar,
those
I want to like.
there's not every candy bar has like their name on it. Like Hershey's, Kit Kat, Crunch. A lot of the other ones don't.
Dude, my number 2.
Tweaks don't have it.
Dude, I just thought of an actual like really dishonorable mention.
Okay, we'll get to dishonorable
I
mention.
know. I
after
just
number 2.
wanted it crossed
Okay,
my mind.
cool. All right, so how about we go to number 2? I want to hear what more enemies you make.
Buddy, this is gonna cause some controversy. Number 2, I have. Shake your head at me. The Three Musketeers.
Oh man,
Buddy, so good.
I'm leaving the podcast.
Buddy,
I'm leaving the podcast
why?
because the memory card's full.
Oh,
Oh.
Hold on.
we gotta restart.
No, you can keep talking.
we gotta,
Explain why you like it.
Just look at the iPad.
Just look at this iPad.
well. Pressure's on us. Bro, it's just like, it's very fluffy. Feels very nice.
It's fluffy.
Like, the inside is like
What's
fluffy.
fluffy?
It's literally
Nougat?
fluff. Huh?
The nougat.
Is that what it is?
I'm pretty sure.
Nougat?
Correct.
Oh,
Wait, is this
Like the inside of the Three Musketeers, is it?
It's
like-
like a.
It is
It's
kinda
cut.
fluffy.
Yeah.
So, nougat?
Yeah. I think I'm almost positive.
Whatever Grayson's telling me it's nougat.
Let's look at it.
If that's it, whatever it is inside of them is awesome. It's fluffy, a lot of flavor. Goes real nice with the outer hard shell. Makes a really good consistency. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry,
I'm out here
I didn't
getting
even make you.
Bro.
Okay, so for those of you that are watching, if you notice the camera wasn't on all 3 of us for a while, that's because I just realized that the memory card was full, so I had to step off the podcast for a second and
Dude,
delete
fun
that footage.
fact.
So sorry about
I
that.
guarantee you I could get on YouTube right now and find a review for a Three Musketeers candy bar.
What's that guy do? And
Dude, no, because
You?
he's gonna.
it's gonna be bad. It's gonna say.
No, buddy. He's gonna
And
be like,
if it was 4 Musketeers, it'd still be awful.
how is it that bad? It's way better than a Crunch bar.
It's pretty bad.
Like, I get Three Musketeers in my Halloween bag and I'm like, score.
Man, bad candy bars, 3 Musketeers, Babe Ruth.
Ew.
That was my dishonorable mention.
What?
Baby Ruth, bro.
Baby Ruth. I said Babe Ruth, but I meant Baby Ruth. Yeah. Anyway,
I looked it up. And guess what?
Okay, so your number 2 is, you said...
Do you know what that is, Emma?
What did you say?
Huh?
You said it was... I don't even want to remember. It was that bad. Three Musketeers.
Three Musketeers.
Oh my gosh.
1000%.
My number 2, yeah, your list is bad.
Buddy.
My number 2...
I was like, oh.
My number 2 is...
I was like, what is it?
I'm going to go with Kit Kat for number 2. So it's a little higher than yours. I definitely almost inched it in at number 1. Here's the thing about Kit Kat. I don't eat it, actually, super often. But if I go to the store and I'm like trying to pick out a candy bar, it's one of my initial go-tos. Like, and I guess I just don't eat a lot of candy bars, but it's like one of my favorite ones to get. It's a great candy bar all around. There's nothing really more you can say about it. I don't eat a lot of the different flavors. I saw there's like, a bunch of different
Like
flavors
the strawberry
now. So, yeah, I don't mess with that stuff.
and all that.
The blueberry one, and oh, it sounds awful.
Yeah, man,
but like,
I'm not one for that.
but I will say,
I'll mess
you know,
with that.
I definitely think Kit Kat as a whole is one of the best ones out there. It's. I mean, that's all I can really say about it. I can't say much more about it. It's just an amazing candy bar. It speaks for itself. Most everybody knows that. I'd say majority of people, sensible people, have that in their top 5.
Dude, Chance the Rapper endorses Kit Kats.
That's true. Okay, funny story about that. There's this older gentleman in our church, and there was a boy in our church that was wearing a Chance the Rapper t-shirt one day at church, and this older gentleman walked up and he said, "Kit Kat guy."
No.
Yes, he did. He remembers him from the Kit Kat commercials. And I'll be honest, that was years ago, and I didn't know who Chance the Rapper was at that point, but somebody knew him because of Kit Kat. Chance the Rapper and Kit Kats.
Hey, man.
Man, that's pretty awesome. Chance the
Cat.
Chance the Cat. All right, so we've got our 5 through 2. Let's go through our dishonorable mention. Man, Landon, you already said it briefly, but remind us what your dishonorable mention
My
is.
dishonorable mention is 1000% the Baby Ruth.
I'm definitely with you on that. That's an awful candy bar. Who thought that was okay?
Bro, they're like, let's take what Snickers did and make it way worse, and just mess it all
And
up.
call it baby at that.
Yeah.
It's like that song "Yummy" by Justin Bieber. Like that word is just.
Hey, you're talking to 2 big fans right now.
I feel like you were the one that showed me that song, and you admitted that "yummy" was a really weird word to use. Baby's a really weird word to put on a candy bar. That's my whole point. We can talk about Justin Bieber some other time, but yummy.
Shout out the Beavs.
Baby's a weird. I mean, I know it was like
Baby's weird.
you had Babe Ruth, Baby Ruth, that kind of thing.
Is
but
it weird to use for a song?
Baby, no, Baby's not weird to use for a song. Yeah, that's one of his most famous songs. That's
Put Baby in edited video right there.
okay. I should. The editing on I don't know how the editing on this video is going to look like because I don't know how long that thing was off. But I do know that you've probably spent a majority of this episode staring at mine or Landon's face rather than us as a whole. And for that, I apologize. And I'm sorry that we didn't give Cameron more screen time because the camera went off. But his number 2 was bad enough that I could stand up at that point and make it look like I was just really upset. So anyway, number 2 for me, or no, dishonorable mention, right? Is that where we're at? Okay, dishonorable mention for me. I'm going to add to what you said, Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth is a really bad one. Almond Joy. Almond Joy is
Get it out of here.
awful
Get it out of
candy.
here. Get it off the shelves.
We could throw out a lot of dishonorable mentions, though. You got Almond Joy, you got Baby Ruth, you got, I feel like there's a lot more.
Butterfingers.
Butterfingers, that's what I was thinking! Yes, Butterfingers is so bad.
You guys don't like that?
And it's not even that it's like awful tasting. It's just
No.
like it gets everywhere, bro.
Yeah,
And you can't not eat a Butterfinger like
Okay,
and be
yes.
clean.
So I remember I had a friend that tweeted one time about how you can't open a Butterfingers without breaking it,
Oh,
and
man.
Butterfingers' Twitter account tweeted back and changed it to can with with the little the asterisk
I
or
remember
whatever.
this
Yeah,
happening.
yeah, and they said can, and dude, no,
Nah.
it's probably called Butterfingers for a reason because people always use that term and they're like Butterfingers, like when your hands are slippery or whatever and things keep slipping out of your hands. No, Butterfingers is just an awful
It's-
Mars. Have you ever had a Mars bar?
No,
They're not
bro.
good.
I would not.
You know what is good though? $100,000. It's not top 5,
I like that.
but $100,000's really good.
The
100
zero
grand's good.
bar.
The what?
The zero bar.
I don't know that I've
Fun
ever
fact.
had a zero bar.
Fun fact.
I've heard it's good.
So you remember in like middle school we do like the fake like you have a job, you go to
Yeah.
this bank,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
The career thing.
Yeah.
Bro, I used to go bankrupt every single time just so I could get a zero bar and not $100,000.
Yes, I remember that. I remember kids that did that. Yes, I always
Yeah.
liked to get the $100,000. So yeah, what he's talking about, we would go around, and if you like had a positive amount of money in your bank account at this like what would you call it, like a role play of like having a job when you were in middle school, and if you had a positive amount of money in your bank account, you'd get $100 grand candy bar as a reward, and if you had a negative balance, you'd get a 0 bar. I do remember people doing that.
I would purposely have.
I do remember that,
bro. I would have
wow.
a wife, 6 kids,
Yeah.
no job. I'm
He went in the hole
I'm trying
to get that 0 bar.
0 bar, bro.
But 100 grand's good too, though.
Fire.
I don't know how good a 0 bar is, but I know 100 grand was always good in my opinion.
Try 0 bar.
Man. All right. So here it comes down to what we're going to do is Landon's going to tell us his number 1. I'm going to tell you my number 1. Then Cameron's going to tell you his whole list, 5 to 1. And then I'm going to invite any of the other backstage crew that wants to come up and share their 5 through 1 very quickly with you. But anyway, Landon, tell us your number 1 candy bar of all time.
Number 1 has, and always will be, more than likely, for me, Reese's.
Oh, it's not a candy bar.
But it falls into
For the sake of this
break
podcast, we'll say it's candy
It is
because it's a
definitely-
chocolate. It's a chocolate candy
Bro,
that comes in a package.
It comes in a square.
Yeah.
Just because they're in little truffles.
It says cup for a reason.
Listen, buddy. you said all of 6 words this whole podcast, and now you want to attack me. I'm not with that, man.
Okay, I'll respect
Man.
Reese's. Reese's is, I'm gonna say this. Reese's is not my number 1. It's not my top 5, but it's pretty
That's
close to top.
crazy.
It's pretty close to top 5, but it's not there. I don't eat it enough, and I'm also not a huge fan of peanut butter and chocolate together. Like I'll eat it. It's not horrible, but it's not good enough either for any of those to make my top 5.
So I'm not
I know
Like
that.
chocolate
I know
is
that's how he
chocolate.
is. He doesn't like
Pure
it.
chocolate. Chocolate
chocolate
alone.
together.
Chocolate's just chocolate. So anyway.
So weird.
But I'll respect that. Reese's is a
He's
pretty
a
good
weird
salt. I mean, I would expect that from a lot of people. Reese's, Kit Kat,
Hey,
Hershey's to kind of be the top
PD
5.
put it in his top 5.
Yeah, that's
If
true.
PD says it's candy bar, it's candy bar.
That's all my mom eats, though. I think is Reese's. Do you remember when I used to have the Reese's footballs in the youth room? Were you here then?
No.
Dude, so
no.
there's this cab truck that just brings a bunch of food and stuff every once in a while to this place, and people are able to just get like free items. It's not just food and stuff, but I picked up a bunch of food there one time, brought it to the youth group, and it's a lot of it's stuff that just like never sold, and they had a bunch of Reese's in the shape of footballs, and like I mean, dude, I got a bunch of them, and I brought them, and and, like they sat up there for years and nobody ate them, like literal years, like they were expired when we got them, and they were even more expired when we got rid of them. But Reese's footballs, yeah, check them out. I'll say like,
Hey,
Reese's is good. It's good.
the Reese's eggs are better than
Eggs, yeah.
are better than
The football.
I don't know if they're better than the cups, but they're
They are.
pretty good.
Aren't
I don't
they
know.
the
bro.
same
You take the
shape?
little like the mini cups that come in like the wrappers
Yeah.
and stuff. Put them in the fridge.
Man.
Game changer.
Alrighty, well,
Try it.
so there's his number 1, Reese's. My number 1 favorite candy bar of all time. I will probably make some enemies on this one, but it's true. I'm a big fan of this kind of chocolate. He dissed it earlier, but it's a great kind. Hershey's dark chocolate
Get
is
out.
the
Yes.
best
Yes.
candy bar. It's the best candy bar on the market. I will never back down from that.
Bye-bye,
I will
Bash.
never forget that. I will never let go of that opinion. It's one of the most amazing candy bars. And I don't eat it just because it's healthy. Like, I eat it because I definitely think the taste is great. The original chocolate Mr. Beast bar I talked about, it's a dark chocolate. Landon would like to tell me that Midnight Milky Way is dark chocolate. It probably is. There's something about that darker, richer. It's just richer, and it's just better.
Buddy,
That
it's
kind of
garbage.
chocolate. Well,
Buddy, it's bad.
dark chocolate takes the
I
cake
have
on
those
number
too.
1.
No.
In my opinion. And there's probably a few other dark chocolate kind of candy bars that would fit up there. Dark chocolate's just amazing, man. But
How?
specifically in Hershey's.
I want you to tell me how.
It literally has a better taste.
It literally tastes like tree bark.
It tastes like the legitimate cocoa beans.
Bro, what does cocoa taste like before it has like sugar and milk and stuff in it?
Crap times.
Like dark chocolate. Some of it.
Buddy.
Like pure dark chocolate.
It's
like
bad.
80% or whatever.
It's bad. There wouldn't be a need for milk chocolate if dark chocolate was good.
He's not wrong.
I was trying to understand what your statement was. I get what you're saying now. No, I disagree. You can make the same assumption. There's no reason for strawberries and cream soda, Dr. Pepper, if regular Dr. Pepper was good. I mean, strawberries and cream Dr. Pepper's good. but Dr. Pepper Original is the OG. Same with Mountain Dew. Like Baja Blast is amazing. It's
Fire.
the best. We're gonna do top 5 Mountain Dew sometime.
Oh,
Listen, dude, Baja Blast is great. Voltage is great. Summer Blast is great. All that stuff. Code Red. But listen. Oh. Well, we wouldn't need all those flavors if regular Mountain Dew was good enough. No, regular Mountain Dew is the OG. It
Dude.
stays. It stands.
That's a good point.
Thank
I
you.
guess
Thank you.
I don't agree with it, but I'll respect it.
Yeah, which I probably do actually like Dr. Pepper cream and soda almost nearly as much as regular Dr. Pepper. But that's a story for another day. This is candy bars we're talking
This
about
is
here.
candy bar.
So Cameron, we're gonna give you a chance to very quickly.
Oh.
You don't have to explain it. Just tell us like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tell us your candy bars, and then we're gonna move on to kind of finish this episode up and
I'm
wrap
gonna
it up.
explain it.
Okay, but don't take too long.
Okay, whatever.
Take all the time
Oh.
you need.
All right, go for it.
So for my number 5, I got Mr. Beast bar.
Which kind? Which one?
Like milk chocolate or original. Whatever.
Original chocolate.
And I say that.
Never had
A
it.
lot of people's gonna say that's a bad pick. It's because you never took the time to eat it. Most people, it's just like a cold candy bar. You don't get the full taste because it's cold. To get the full taste, you gotta let it melt a little bit.
Ah,
And with that, with the melting,
I like cold candy bars.
spitting, bro.
with the melting, it gives you the full experience of the actual taste. So that's why.
Ooh.
Number 4.
Number 4. Oh yeah, I forgot.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
For my number 4, I put Snickers.
Eh.
I don't even,
Okay. I put it in there.
if you're gonna put it in top 5, it's got to be 5. It's gotta be.
That's true.
The chocolate's good on the outside. I like the nuts. And the caramel, I don't like caramel, but I can't really taste it, to be quite honest. So,
What?
but it's just good.
Okay.
You said you
Hey,
like the
go
ice
ahead,
cream.
man. Hey, the
For
ice
my-
cream, Snickers ice
For
cream.
my number
Fire.
3, for my pick is the world's best chocolate. The ones that they sell at school for money.
Bro!
Yes!
Dude, those.
Yes!
Oh!
But the only good ones are like the caramel.
Dark chocolate.
No, the crunchy ones.
And
The
caramel.
crispy.
And caramel.
Crispy.
Stop, man.
Why does crispy run out that fast?
The only
I
bad
think
one
the
is white
caramel
love.
runs out way faster. When I was in
But
middle school,
yeah,
bro,
it does.
everybody was buying the caramel.
It does.
Caramel was
But I
hard to
want a
get.
crispy one, and they're out of crispy.
Dude, that was a good. I forgot all about that. You unlocked the memory.
The worst part about those things, the worst part about those ones though, is that like you're literally done eating them in like 3 seconds. Like you take like you take 1.5 bites and it's gone. Like, it's you're eating
It's
air.
$1, bro. It's $1. Somebody's probably trying to
I
get
know.
like poinsettias or something.
I know it's
like
$1, but
Poinsettia.
still, like it's that is
Bro.
one huge disadvantage.
Bro, Lenny Willen's trying to sell poinsettias.
Dude. Tim
I
Burns
love the
came out
candy
quick.
bars, but they're I mean you're eating straight air.
Straight in.
Specifically dark chocolate because I already have a bad heart. You know, some days you never know. I may just drop down, have a heart attack. But as soon as I get that dark chocolate, what's good for your heart, I just feel the blood rushing through my veins. So that's why it's number 3. I think. For my number 2, I have Hershey almonds. Normal Hershey's suck. I'm just gonna say that it's horrible. I feel sick after eating normal Hershey's.
Bro, almonds?
You gotta add the
Taking the
almond.
microphone away. What was that?
I like the
Hershey almonds.
I agree with
The
that.
chocolate tastes different.
Buddy,
Almonds in
Almonds hit
anything
different.
is straight
That's
garbage.
facts.
No, it's not.
Why do you think we said Almond Joy was dishonorable?
Bro.
Because
I forgot.
the chocolate's bad. Because the wrapper's blue. The only good chocolate bar that has a blue wrapper is Crunch Bars. And that's facts. So Hershey
You
almonds.
actually might be onto something there. I can't think of any other blue candy bars that are
That's
good.
facts.
For my number 1 pick, I got Crunch Bar.
I can't believe that.
I don't really need to explain it. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's not self-explanatory, but if you eat it, you'll just know why.
That's fair. That's fair. Thank
got
you,
the crunch.
Cameron. It's got the crunch. Yeah,
the
man.
bars.
Okay, so there's
Thank you,
Cameron's. There's Cameron's top 5. Does any of the backstage crew want to share their top 5? Anybody?
Grayson,
You
go.
don't have to.
My favorite is a Reese Fast Break.
Reese Fast Break. Yeah, Grayson. Yeah. Woo.
Anybody else want to throw out something we didn't say?
Oh, I didn't say my dishonorable mention.
Oh, dishonorable
Oh,
mention.
go.
Okay. For my first dishonorable mention, I got the white Kit Kats.
Those
Those things
Those are
Those
bad.
are not that bad.
Those are, hey, white chocolate anything is almost just as good, if not better.
No.
than some things in my
Ah.
White
opinion.
chocolate Reese's are nasty.
White Kit Kats aren't that bad though.
They're pretty bad.
I swear.
Wait, cookies and cream Reese or what'd you say?
I said why Reese's.
Bro, the cookies and cream Hershey's?
They're good.
That's an honorable mention. You're kidding me, bro.
Okay, I used to eat them so much.
You're gonna have a dark chocolate
circulation from
Hershey's.
tying the shoes.
Yeah.
Think about it.
I had 2 dishonorable mentions in cookies and cream Hershey's.
Yes, cookies and cream Hershey's ought to go down. I used to eat those when I was a kid, and I grew up and learned that was the wrong way to do it. Because those were so bad.
Buddy,
I grew up.
I'm still growing
If
up.
my kid ever eats those, I will just disown him. Or her. I don't really
Out the
care.
house.
Yeah. They don't.
Get to Stephanie.
It's gonna be filled with Crunch bars, and if you ever replace it with Hershey's cookies and cream, you're done. Out.
You know what we need to do? We all need to get T-shirts of like. Do you remember when I had those Dr Pepper T-shirts?
Yes,
We
I
need to
do.
get like a Crunch Bar
Show
T-shirt,
the socks.
Hershey's dark chocolate.
They definitely have them.
Oh, my socks. Cameron wants me to show you guys my socks.
Pop it up here.
If I can get it up there.
You can get it. Ain't no way.
Dr Pepper socks.
It's not hot enough.
Hold on. There you go.
Dr Pepper socks. Oh, I have Hostess Twinkie socks too, and those are some of my favorite. Chips Ahoy, Oreo. I don't have Crunch Bar socks, or I think I have Hershey's. I have Hershey socks, but and I don't have Reese's socks. You can get Reese's socks too. Those would be good to have. Kit Kat socks. I'd love to have Kit Kat socks. Anyway, all right, guys. I'm gonna recount my top 5 again, just briefly, 5 to 1, and I'll have you do the same, Landon. So my number 5, I said, was Milky Way Midnight. My number 4, I'm going in with. What did I say? My number 4 was? I can't remember.
I don't know, but dude, I really like your podcast voice.
Thank you.
Very good.
My mom always said I had a radio face.
Yeah.
Radio face?
Yeah.
Get it? Because that
Radio.
means you can't see you on the radio. It means you're ugly. Anyway. I'm just kidding.
I thought you were talking about radio.
Your number 4.
That's what I thought.
What was my number 4? My number 4 was regular Hershey's, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so my number 5 was Milky Way Midnight. My number 4 was Hershey's Milk Chocolate. My number 3 was Crunch Bar. My number 2, Kit Kat. My number 1, Hershey's Dark Chocolate. Landon, hit us with your top 5 again.
All right, number 5, we had Snickers. 4, Kit Kat. 3, Mr. Goodbar. 2, Three Musketeers, and 1 is Reese's.
Awesome, thank you. Hey, listen, guys, I want to thank you again for watching our podcast. I know that we're still having some technicalities and stuff. I had mentioned in some of our earlier episodes, we're working on getting a studio together. We've been busy at work and things like that. The summer's coming up, so we're hoping to spend some time getting all that ready and having some more microphones and not having trouble with our cameras going off in the middle of the episode. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. We love you guys. We're going to try and get more on like a weekly, bi-weekly routine of spitting out so many videos. But if you are a good friend of ours and you would love to be featured on the podcast, you have a subject you are passionate about that you think you could get really angry and argue with some of us about, we'd love to have you on. It'd be great. It can be of any subject that's appropriate. We will not shy away from the fact that we are Christians, so we won't ever discuss any topics that we think are in opposition to our faith. But most any other topic is on the table for discussion. So thank you for watching Top 5 Talk. It's been real. It's been fun. Thank you, Landon and Cameron, for joining us. Hopefully we'll do this again sometime. See you all later.
Crunch bar.